It's tech haul time. Gotta clean up my desk and get organized so people don't make fun of me. What's up, everybody? This is Carl from Techful Goodies, and today we're doing another tech haul. Like I said, Black Friday is coming up. Here's some things you might want to pick up at a good deal when Black Friday comes around. So let's start out. So this is the Klarpul cordless vacuum cleaner, okay? So you've probably seen these everywhere. There's these stick vacuums. And this one has a couple of cool features that I think we'll check out. I'll test it out, throw some dirt or something on my floor, vacuum it up, powerful suction, longer work time, 2.5 hour fast charging, LEDs, and it self-stands, which is nice so you don't have to like hang it on a wall. So let's take a look at this. And of course, you know, typically these come with a lot of pieces that knock over my plants, but let's see what we've got here. Actually, I'll move this box to the side. In the box, the business end of the vacuum, the stick, power, adapter, and I'll show you what that's for later, and another adapter. Also the handle section here. Running out of room. Looks like the separate battery, which is nice. And then a couple of extra doodads here. So let me get this unpackaged and get it hooked up. Alrighty, she's put together. Let's see if it stands. Yep, stands just fine. A couple things I noticed. One was there's a LED screen on the front here. I'm hoping that shows battery charge. The battery is removable so you can plug it in separately, which is nice. So you don't have to have the plug right next to the big vacuum. And then it's got some extension pieces here. Let me show you what that's for. So what I've done is gone ahead and taken off the handle part here, and then it becomes a handheld vacuum, right? So that just clicks in there. So you got your little upholstery vacuum, I think that is. And then also this little tiny sort of crevice vacuum. This does the same thing, clicks in, and you now have a handheld vac. Pull it off, plug this back into the main stick, and you're going. Oh, there's a button right here. When you push that, and then you push this button right here, and it all falls out. That's cool. And this just clicks back in. See if it has any juice. It does. And it's on. It's interesting. So right now it says I have 60% battery. Starts out on 1, goes to 2, goes to 3. And hopefully that's not too loud in the microphone, and 60% battery. Pretty sweet. So let me go ahead and give this thing a try. Well, you know what? That actually worked pretty good. I'm impressed by that. Like I said, a lot of times you get these things that can tend to feel like they're just going to fall apart in a month. It feels great. And I like the fact that it has the handheld feature and a little holder thing here. So if I want to store these where I hang it up, pretty cool. Thanks to Klarpul for sending this over. I'll leave the links down below. So what is next in the haul? Alrighty, so let's check this one out. So this is the OLIGHT Ark Pro Flashlight. And I thought this would be really interesting because it's a really cool design. You can pick multiple colors and it's got a lot of cool features. So let's open it up and check it out. Oh, got a little pull tab here. Oh, nice. I wasn't sure if they were able to do that, but look, looks like I got a little bit of a logo on the flashlight. Very cool. So you can get your logo sort of engraved on here, which is awesome. And this orange color, I'm a sucker for orange colors. In the box, I guess this is like a proprietary charger that sort of, oh, magnets there on the bottom. Check that out. That's pretty nice. Ready? So that's good. And then you hook it up here to the USB-A. Alrighty, so taking a closer look here at the device itself, you have a clip on the back here, which is kind of like a double clip, one clip on the side here, and you can see there's another one on the top. Put in your belt and then hook like your keys on there or something like that. And then on the side here, you have a USB-C port. So that USB-C on the side is actually allows you to charge it on the go. So you can keep this at home and then you can charge it on the go with the USB-C, so you don't have to take the charger with you. This is just convenient for when you want to be able to charge it at home, but this allows you to be able to charge it with USB-C at any time. On the front, you have the buttons, so there's multiple modes here. I'll show you those in a minute. And all in all, charging on the bottom, this thing is really nice, really sturdy, feels really good. It's a good, solid flashlight to carry everyday, you know, like EDC everyday carry flashlight. It would be awesome. So looking at the site here, there's 4 different modes. You can use them all in combination and get, I think, up to 7 different modes. So the first mode is pure flood, 1500 lumens, spotlight, 10,640 candelas, UV light, 12,000 milliwatts, and green laser class 3 R class 1. Works separately or together with any of the other 3 light sources. So 4 plus 3, 7. All right, so let's turn it on. No, I'm not going to burn out my eyeballs like I always do. So I don't know if you can see this on camera, but I'm going to hold it up. Yeah, you can see it. So there's 3 different symbols there. There's sort of the spotlight, the floodlight, and the UV. This first one here is the spotlight. So you can do, I'll shine it down here just so you can see the difference too as I'm talking. You can turn it on, turn it off, but if you hold it, it switches modes. That's low, medium, and high. And then it saves the mode as you click the button. So I'll turn it off, switch over to a floodlight situation here. Turn that on, so that's a little less directed. So let's see, there's low, medium, and high. Woo, oh boy. I guess you can see it in the studio. Nice. Click it on, click it off, same as before. And then we'll go to UV. And this is standard, I'll put it on here. So this is, I don't know if you can see that in the camera at all, but this is a standard sort of UV light. So it has low and medium. I guess you don't need high for UV light. And no, the B-roll will not be in my bedroom. So that's great. So you can see there's 3 different. There is the, I think this is the spotlight, this is the floodlight, and then right in here, you can kind of see it, and that is the UV light. And then to turn on the laser, on the side here, there is a button. Let's click it. I'm not gonna point it at anything other than the wall. Hopefully you can see that over there. But what I can do is turn on the flashlight and the laser at the same time. So that's what they mean by the different modes and how you can combine them to get the more modes. If you want to point a laser at something and point a flashlight the exact same time, you can do it. As far as some more of the quick little details, 6061 aluminum frame, so it's very nice, solid frame. 2000 milliamp hour battery, max 14 days, USB-C and proprietary connection, IPX7 waterproof. And they have a full list of technical details, light details, lumens, all that kind of stuff on their website. I will leave that link down below, as well as the link to purchase this on Amazon if you want to. Man, thanks to them for sending this out. This is really nice. This will be a good sort of everyday carry for me. And of course, the orange color. Beautiful. All right, so what's next in the haul? Alrighty, so this is the Orico Mini Raid solid state array docking station. So what this is a docking station that has a storage NAS built into it. So you take this, hook it up to your computer, and inside here, you'll have 1 or 2 NVMe drives that you can use to store stuff. So if you're like a person that has a lot of files and a lot of things to store, I mean, you can get a network attached storage or a NAS, but if you don't want to deal with having something on your network and all that kind of stuff, you can simply just pick this up and use it for storage. If you want, you can set up a RAID between the 2 NVMe drives. What that does is makes redundancies. Let's say you put 2 1 terabyte NVMe drives in there. you'll have 1 terabyte of storage, but it's basically cloning everything all the time to the other one in case one of them dies. You don't lose all your stuff. One of the cool things about this is that it is a shape and form factor specifically that will fit onto one of the Mac Mini M4 Pros. So it will fit right on there and just look like it's part of it, or you can just use it on your desk. You don't have to use it with a Mac. I'm just letting you know that in case you have one of those minis, sort of be like a perfect match for it. So inside the box is the NAS itself, and you can see how it kind of matches the look and feel of that Mac. But again, you don't have to have a Mac. You can just set it on your desk, use it on PC, whatever. One thing to note about this is that it does not come with the NVMe drives. It is literally just the unit as a dock. When you want to add storage to it, you can, and I'll show you how to do that. I have some here. They do give you 2 thermal pads when you do get your NVMe drives, and some screws. We'll figure out what those are for. This is going to be your high-speed cable, and then obviously the power. Get it out of here, garbage. Okay. Looking at the device itself, on the front, you have your SD card and your micro SD card slots, USB-C 10 gigabit per second, 3.5 millimeter audio jack for headphones, 2 USB-As, one of them is 10 gigabit per second and the other is 5 gigabit per second. And on the back, you have your DC power in, you have your USB-C, which is also a PD 60 watt for charging. This is your RAID switch, and I will explain that in a second. HDMI 4K 60 hertz and an Ethernet cable. Okay, so this switch right here allows you to change your RAID type. And if you're not familiar with RAIDs, go look it up if you want to use that. I feel like you should if you use something like this, because you don't want something to fail like your NVMe and lose all your data. This allows you to change the type of RAID. There's RAID 0, RAID 1, there's clone, and PM. So look those up. I'll probably use RAID 1, but not sure yet. Anyway, sorry, it gets a little bit complicated when it comes to the whole RAID thing. All right, so let's figure out how we put this in. So what you do is you basically kind of pull this top plate off. This just basically clicks into the side here. And then you have your little NVMe drive slots. Let's go ahead and put those in. I've got 2 512 gigabyte drives here. That's obviously not enough, but it's for this demonstration. I'm gonna pick up some bigger ones later. Alrighty, so you're gonna wanna put in your NVMe drive. Take one of these screws here. It's not really a screw, it's like a clip. Slide it in, you'll see when you get it. All right, so once it's there, you can push it down and it will lower into the little slot, and then you just turn it. And now it's locked down, so I'll do it again and turn it, and they're in. 2 512s in, pop in the top. I was really impressed by that sort of docking station plus NAS. I think it's something that I'll use long term. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and clean up my desk here so we can get to the next product, which is, it is a weather station. So this is awesome. Looks like the future. So this is the Sainlogic Smart Wi-Fi Weather Station. It's wireless, indoor, outdoor. It has AI weather forecast by WeatherSeed. It has app alerts, a rain gauge, wind speed, and I actually set it up a while back. Get this out of my face. I actually set it up a while back, and unboxing was fine. There was a lot of pieces, but putting it together was pretty simple. It's pretty much all ready together. You just kind of had to put some batteries in, put the post and the base in. The way the base works here is that you can mount it on a wall. So you can put this post here, or you can mount it like this. There's just a couple different mounting ways that you can use. You put in this little spring right here to make sure that the rain is monitored when it's raining. And then you have to turn on the viewer right here. So right now, turn on the light a little bit. So right now it is hooked up, and obviously it says 70 degrees in my room. There is no wind in here. Shows the barometric pressure, humidity percentage inside and out, and it shows the rain, shows the time, shows all sorts of stuff that this thing can measure. And it's got a really long distance. I put it out in my yard. kitchen is all way over there, and it still had all bar connection. So you can see there are sort of connection bars, so it shows the connection to the device itself. It's already paired up and all that kind of stuff. And there we go. I just blew a gust of 17.5 watts. What did I blow? 17.5 miles an hour. I don't know if it's a good thing that I have a strong blow. Never mind. Anyway, ignore that. So I live in Arizona, so I can't really show you the rain portion of it because it never rains here. We're expecting rain in about 4 days, but I gotta get this video out. But let me go over some of the stats here just so you know what you get with this device. So with the Smart Weather Station SA6 Plus, you get temperature, humidity, pressure, app and email alerts, 2 years of data storage and download, 24/7 weather forecasts, easy to redisplay, dew point and rainfall, wind speed, directional gusts, and the moon phases. So you can track that all kind of on the display here. So just so you know, the display does have backup batteries, and it will go off a lot if you have it just on battery mode, so it's not gonna eat up the batteries, but it does come with a plug, and it keeps beeping to let me know that it's turning on or off because it's trying to save the batteries. But if you have the plug in, you can see it's actually a little bit brighter, and it stays on the whole time. So that's nice too. So they have their Weather Seed app, AI powered 24/7 hyper accurate forecast. So that's going to get you weather forecasts on the app. And then also I think it should be able to connect to here and give you notifications of what's going on in your location. And when I said it works with like Weather Underground, what that means is if you download the app, the Weather Seed app, you have an instruction manual that shows you how to get it set up, get it connected, and then inside there you can have an account with Weather Underground. And I'm not sure if you've seen this before. If you go to Weather Underground, you can actually look, and there are weather stations that you can specifically click on to get weather data. So I'm hoping I'll be able to hook this up, set it up with Weather Underground, hook everything together, and be able to just go on to the Weather Underground app on my computer or the Weather Seed app here and see the weather at my house, all the stuff from the weather station. That'll be great. So anyway, super, super cool. I'm looking forward to actually getting some rain to see the measurements there and some wind. It's barely ever windy here. Again, you also have like a wind directional measure, wind speed, level, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, very, very, very cool device. I've never had one before. Definitely check it out. Thanks to them for sending this over. What is next in the haul? Alrighty, so I'm actually excited about this one. So, do you drink coffee? Because I do. So check this out. So this is from Hydrofaat. It's their PO100 portable coffee maker. So let's check it out. Comes in a very nice case. So if you're really going to travel with it, that's awesome. I assume this is the coffee maker itself, the brew cups, measuring cup, and charging cable and instructions. I'm going to keep these instructions because I don't know how to use this thing and I want to use it correctly. I'm going to have some coffee right now. All right, in the storage bag, you have a very hefty feeling, I guess, coffee brewer. I don't know if it'll have any power and we may have to plug it in while we're using it. But let's set it up. The good thing about this, I believe, is that you can actually get some pods that work with it. Yeah, there's a couple spots here to hold the pods, but you can also use your own coffee. Let me go get that, and we will try this out. And I assume we need some water, too. Alrighty, so I've got some coffee, got some water, spilled coffee all over the place, but I'll use the vacuum to pick that up later. So let's take a look at this. So basically this is your brewer here, and you keep this with you and you can brew coffee on the go. Power button, lights, charge on the back here. So apparently you pull off the bottom, unscrew this. Now when it comes out of the bottom of this right here is where you're gonna use your pre-made capsules that work with this, okay? I'm using their additional capsule, which I put my own coffee in, and it just kind of sits in here. There's a little bit of room at the bottom here that'll get pushed in. Screw it in. Add some water at the top here. It's not going to go smoothly. And just so you know, there's two ways to use this. If you want to put hot water in and not worry about this actually heating your water, you can do that. All you have to do is press the start button briefly, and then it'll go through and do the full coffee extraction. If you want to heat, you double click the button, and as you can see here, it's actually blinking. It'll start from the bottom, and as it heats up, it starts to blink. So then while it's heating, I have it sitting in the cup that was already attached to it before. And when this is done and ready to brew, it'll beep and let me know, and then I hit the start button one more time to get the coffee out. It says it takes about 4 minutes for it to get hot, and then you can brew the coffee, and you're good to go. Alrighty, it's ready. Let's go. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it. Oh, it smells good. And it's done. And now I got hot coffee. Here you go. That looks great. Too hot. Too hot. But it's good. It's good. Let me get some cream in this so I can drink it. All right, got a little bit of cream and sugar now. Oh, that's good. That's good. And that was just plain old Dunkin' grounds. And I use like a Keurig and stuff like that, but I never like the taste out of the Keurig, but this is really good. But for a quick little hit in the morning, afternoon, evening, whatever you like to do, I'd say that's a winner. That's good. Again, it's the Hydrofaat coffee brewer, portable coffee brewer. I'm just gonna put it back in here for now. Hopefully it doesn't leak too much. But that was great. Yeah, thanks to them for sending that out. Of course, I spilled water all over my mat, but that's my fault. All right, so I think we've got one more thing. This is a Mokin all-in-one charging station. And you know me, I love charging stations. I love charging bricks, I love charging ports, I love charging stations. Anything that will help me charge my freaking phone, my iPad, my tech, all this kind of stuff is essential to me. And if it's a good one, I'm all in. So let's check this one out. Again, this is the Mokin all-in-one charging station. It has a smart display. It has a retractable cable. That's nice, so you can travel with it. 1250 watt AC and 8-in-1. It's their GC 105 model. It's their new model. They sent this out for me to check out. I will put all the links in the description down below, like I always say. They might be affiliate links. Support me or don't support me. That's fine. You can just go find it on Amazon yourself, but I'd love it if you click the link. Really does help. So in the box, instructions and a sticker. And we have the charging station, nothing else. And ooh, oh, this is a beefy boy. All right, so we got a power cable, obviously, and the device itself. Wow. All right, so the power cable is not retractable. Maybe I said that earlier, but what is retractable is this USB-C. That's nice. So let's go ahead and pull off the peel. There we go. All right, so we got 3 standard plugs on the top. We have a power button right here. On the front, you have 2 USB-A and 2 USB-C. You can see this port is marked with a laptop and this port is marked with a phone. It is a 100 watt max GAN charger. And what that means when it says 100 watt max is that if you put your computer in here and it starts pulling 60, then you have 40 left for your phone. Or if it pulls 80, you have 20 left for your phone. Sorry about my math. But anyway, 100 watt max coming to this front panel. When you're charging things, then it sort of splits it based, and it's smart, and it sort of splits it based on what you have plugged in. It'll know what your devices take. It won't try to blast them with too much wattage and damage them, so that's good. It has that security too. And then you have this, which I really, really like because my laptop charges with USB-C, and the cable that comes with it is starting to not really work too good, right? And so even this morning I was looking around trying to figure out another cord that I could use to charge it with, and I think I have a solution right here. So when I want to use it, I could either bring this to where my laptop is, or I could bring my laptop over to here, pull this out, and in fact, let's give it a try. I do want to see the screen on the front. So that's plugged in, turn it on, and you can see there is the little Mokin face. This little guy says he's sleeping. He's not doing anything right now. So let me go ahead and plug in my phone. All right, so you can see now that my phone is pulling 18 watts. Now 20, so iPhones generally can pull between 20 and 24 based on what's going on in the phone. It kind of decides what it wants and it tells the charger what it wants and it pulls that amount. Let me grab my laptop. So I think this is completely out of battery. We shall plug this in. And so now my laptop is starting to charge and it takes 41 total watts while it's charging. Okay, and while the laptop is plugged in, let's go ahead and plug in another device. This is gonna go here where it says phone. And I'm gonna plug in this Android phone, see if we can actually see some charging numbers. And now we're up to 60 watts total. You can see here on the little screen. So it's this plus this. So yeah, that's awesome. It's got all the features that I like and more. So it's got the display screen to show you how much wattage is being pulled. It's got the laptop and the phone port. It's got the extra USBs. It has the retractable cable, which I think is very cool, and 3 normal plugs on the top. Yeah, this one's a winner. I got no problem with it. So I think that's everything. If you're still here, hit that like. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe. I'd love to see you back. We do this stuff all the time. But wait a second, I'm actually gonna make myself some more coffee. And until next time, this is Carl from Technical Goodies, and I'm out.